Konnichiwa, Rose desu. Welcome back. In this video, we will learn new Japanese grammar based from the Minna no Nihongo textbook, Lesson 22. Here, we will learn how to modify nouns using a sentence or a phrase with verbs. それでは、始めましょう。Here are the grammar points that we would learn in this lesson. First, let's review how to modify nouns using adjectives and other nouns, which we've learned in Lesson 2 and Lesson 8. In Lesson 2, we learned how to modify nouns using another noun, such as Yuki's bag. So here we're describing bag as Yuki's. Yuki's bag. Yuki no kaban. Yuki no kaban. If the modifier is a noun, we follow that by no. In Lesson 8, we've learned how to use na adjectives such as nice bag, suteki na kaban. So, for na adjectives, we use na after the adjective followed by the noun. We've also learned how to use i adjectives. For example, old bag, furui kaban. So as you can see, the modifier comes before the noun it is modifying. Aside from modifying nouns with adjectives or another noun, we can also describe it using a sentence or a phrase with verbs. A modifying sentence should be in plain form and they come before the noun it modifies. For example, a person who eats meat. So our noun is person and we're describing it as someone who eats meat. Again, the modifying sentence should be in plain form and it comes before the noun. Who eats meat is niku o taberu. And then our noun, hito. Niku o taberu hito. A person who doesn't eat meat. Niku o tabenai hito. A person who ate meat. Niku o tabeta hito. A person who didn't eat meat. Niku o tabenakatta hito. So if you want to review how to change mas form to plain form, just go back to Lesson 20 where we discuss plain forms of verbs. For example, there is a question like, which one or which person is Miss Johnson or Johnson-san wa dono hito desu ka? The person wearing a red coat. So our modifying sentence is wearing a red coat. So if you check out our vocabulary list, you'll know that there are different ways to say to wear something. So here, wearing a red coat, we use the verb kimasu. So wearing a red coat is 赤いコートを着ている人。赤いコートを着ている人。The person wearing a hat. For things that we wear on our head, we use the verb kaburimasu. So wearing a hat is 帽子をかぶっている人。帽子をかぶっている人。The person reading a book. Reading a book is 本を読んでいる人。本を読んでいる人。The person next to Miss Kimura. So our modifying sentence is next to Miss Kimura, which is 木村さんの隣にいる人。木村さんの隣にいる人。Okay, so we've already learned how to modify nouns using noun and adjectives, but let me just give you more examples. So here we want to answer the question, what kind of person is Miss Johnson or Johnson-san wa donna hito desu ka? For example, a cheerful and nice person. So here we are using adjectives, which are cheerful and nice. 明るくていい。明るくて、so cheerful and nice, which is いい。明るくていい人。Another example, a beautiful and famous person. These are na adjectives. So we say きれいで、so beautiful and famous, 有名な人。きれいで有名な人。Next is using a noun. A 90-year-old person. 90歳の人。90歳の人。Another example of using a noun, an English teacher. So here we're describing the teacher, and we're saying that he or she is an English teacher. So we say 英語の先生。英語の先生。Next is, from a normal sentence, we can pick out any nouns from that sentence and modify it using the information that we have. For example, in the sentence, I borrowed a book from the library. So here we have the noun, a book, and we want to describe it. So what kind of book is it? So first in Japanese, we say, 私は図書館から本を借りました。So this is, I borrowed a book from the library. So next, we want to pick out the noun book and describe it based from the information. So what kind of book is it? A book that I borrowed from the library. So here we have the noun, and the blue one is the modifier. Again, the modifier should always come before the noun. 私が図書館から借りた. So this is our modifier. And the noun we're modifying is 本。私が図書館から借りた本。As you've noticed, we didn't put the particle o. So right now, this is just a normal modified noun, and we don't know how we're going to use it in a sentence. So as of now, we don't have any particle. Another example, in the sentence, my father works in a restaurant. 父はレストランで働いています。So from this sentence, we're going to pick out the noun restaurant and describe it based from the information. So what kind of restaurant is it? The restaurant, or a restaurant where my father works, which is 父が働いている, again in plain form. 父が働いているレストラン. Again, here we didn't put the particle de. So this is just a normal modified noun as of now. 父が働いているレストラン. One more example. I'll give it to someone. 私は誰かにあげます. From this sentence, we'll pick out someone as our noun and we'll modify it. The person or that someone whom I'll give it to. 私があげる人。私があげる人。Again, the particle ni is not necessary. So we can use modified nouns just like how we would use a normal noun. So we can use it as a topic, as a predicate, or the object of the verb in a sentence. For example, the person wearing a red coat is Miss Johnson. In this example, we are using the modified noun as our topic or the topic of the sentence. So again, the modifier comes first, which is wearing a red coat. 赤いコートを着ている人は to our topic marker, followed by ジョンソンさんです。赤いコートを着ている人はジョンソンさんです。Another example, Miss Johnson is the person wearing a red coat. Now, we use the modified noun as the predicate of the sentence. ジョンソンさんは赤いコートを着ている人です。ジョンソンさんは赤いコートを着ている人です。Next example, I lost the book that I borrowed from the library. So here we are going to use the modified noun as the object of the verb, which is to lose something. 私が図書館から借りた本. So here we have the modified noun. The book that I borrowed from the library. Since this is the object of the verb, we're going to use the particle o. And then our verb lost, which is なくしました。私が図書館から借りた本をなくしました。Do you know someone born in the year 2000? あなたは someone born in the year 2000. So modifier first. 2000年に生まれた人 or someone, person. 2000年に生まれた人 Do you know? を知ってますか？あなたは2000年に生まれた人を知ってますか？ Next is using the modified nouns in a question. For example, who is the person next to Miss Kimura? So our modified noun is the person next to Miss Kimura, which is 木村さんの隣にいる人は who? 誰ですか？木村さんの隣にいる人は誰ですか？ Where is the apartment that you lived in? So our modified noun is the apartment that you lived in, which is あなたが住んでいたアパートはどこ where ですか？あなたが住んでいたアパートはどこですか？ Which one is the car that you like? 好きな車が which one? どれですか？好きな車がどれですか？ How was the movie that you watched yesterday? 昨日見た映画は How was? どうでしたか？昨日見た映画はどうでしたか？ So next is if the modifying sentence has a subject, or we can say the doer of the action, that subject is marked with the particle ga. So you've already seen a couple of examples with this, such as I borrowed a book from the library. 私は図書館から本を借りました。So if you remember the previous example wherein we pick out the book and described it, I lost the book that I borrowed from the library. So the modifying sentence that I borrowed, the subject is I. So it becomes 私が 図書館から借りた. So the doer of the action is marked with particle ga, which is you, 私が, borrowed by me. 私が図書館から借りた本をなくしました. Another example, my father works in a restaurant. 父はレストランで働いています. For example, we want to say, I'll go to the restaurant. So we are modifying or describing the restaurant as where my father works, which is 父が, so my father. 父が働いている. So the subject is marked with particle が. 働いているレストランへ行きます。父が働いているレストランへ行きます。Another example, you were born in a hospital. あなたは病院で生まれました。For example, we want to say, do you know the hospital? And we're describing it as where you were born. So the modifying sentence contains the subject you, which is あなたが生まれた病院を知っていますか？あなたが生まれた病院を知ってますか？ And lastly, modifying the words 時間 meaning time, 約束 meaning appointment or arrangement, and 予定 meaning plan or errand or things to do. Using the verb in dictionary form followed by 時間、約束 or 予定. So this pattern describes what kind of time, appointment, and things to do. For example, there is no time to practice the speech. So here, our noun is time, and we're modifying it and describing it as the time to practice the speech, which is スピーチを練習する, again in plain form or dictionary form, followed by noun, 時間. スピーチを練習する時間が there is no, which is ありません。スピーチを練習する時間がありません。Another example, I remembered the promise to have dinner with my wife later. So our noun is promise or appointment, which is 約束. So we're describing it as the promise to have dinner with my wife later. 後で later, 妻と with my wife, 食事する to have dinner or to have a meal. 約束 promise or appointment. 後で妻と食事する約束 and our verb is I remembered, which is を思い出しました。私は後で妻と食事する約束を思い出しました。And last example, don't forget your plan to go to the dentist. So here we're describing the word 予定 or your plan. So it's the plan to go to the dentist. 歯医者に行く予定. So the plan to go to the dentist を忘れないで don't forget. 歯医者に行く予定を忘れないで. We've learned how to modify nouns using verbs, e-adjectives, na-adjectives, and nouns. For example, 肉を食べる人、赤いコートを着ている人、優しくっていい人、きれいで有名な人、90歳の人。We've also learned how to use the modified nouns in different ways in a sentence such as 肉を食べない人を知ってますか？赤いコートを着ている人はジョンソンさんです。優しくていい人が好きです。彼女は綺麗で有名な人です。履いている靴が好きです。We've also learned that we mark the subject in a modifying sentence with particle ga, such as 私が図書館から借りた本、父が働いているレストラン、あなたが生まれた病院。We've also learned how to describe nouns such as time, appointment, and plan, which are 時間、約束 and 予定。For example, スピーチを練習する時間があります。妻と食事する約束があります。歯医者に行く予定があります。今何を着てますか？どんな家が好きですか？どんな仕事をしたいですか？何の用事がありますか？Okay, so that's it for today's lesson. If you have any questions or clarifications, please make sure to write them down in the comment section below. If you find this video helpful, please give this a thumbs up and subscribe if you don't want to miss any of the future lessons. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye!